Welcome in, one and all, to tonight's lovely episode with our fine cast. Welcome, everyone, welcome. Last time was a very fun episode. If you missed it, be sure to catch it. These guys were crazy and it was a blast. We do want to quick shout out to Forge, the hosting, to time to share it. A hosting of Foundry. Be sure to check them out. Without further ado, lovely guest here. See how things are going in their world. We'll start off with Mr. Matt in the Hat. Sir, how are things going?
Hello. Things are good. I'm a little bit sick today, so I'm not going to be as vocal as I have been, just to conserve my voice. I've got a lot going on at the moment in the next week, and I don't know, for the next 9-10 months I'm going to be super busy, but I will be here every Sunday, Sunday my time, Saturday your time, to play this as long as we go. I have been doing some Risk streams. I just did my first Risk stream back yesterday. I'll be doing some more of that up on my Twitch, and I did a Crusader Kings 3 stream earlier this week, Azrael. So I'll be continuing on that one as well at some point, Borderlands, when we can make it, and just doing prep for all my home campaigns. I have lots going on, but it's all very exciting, and my study's coming up here very soon too. So my life is in full top gear right now, and it's very exciting. So thank you for asking.
Absolutely. I'm glad things are going well for you. So keep up the work and have a blast. Try to catch your streams whenever I'm able to. You tend to give me something to do while I'm working. Without further ado, it's real. Your streaming.
Hey everybody. So yeah, last night was fun. I played Sons of the Forest with Jarl, Puppy, and Blue Diamond Ben, I believe. Yes, and we had a wonderful time. Oh, Puppy brought her sister. That was great. But it was a lot of fun. I also discovered something very interesting that I had forgotten. When you raid someone, you have to turn off your stream. So I streamed for 14 hours.
Yeah.
9 hours of which meant nothing. So it was just a cycling of my.
I think it was almost 15 there at the end.
It was. Yeah. So that was interesting. The good thing is my ISP has no data cap, so I don't have to bother worrying about paying a lot of money for upload. But yeah, that was fun. Sons of the Forest is survival horror. I assume it's like the second in the series because you've got the Forest before it. I didn't play any of the Forest, but this was fun. It was great. And learned a lot about like working as a team, because normally I don't play team-based games. I tend to play just single games. So it was fun.
Well, we've gotten you in Dark Tide a little bit. That's been fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of. I love our Dark Tide streams. They're fantastic. The thing I like most about them is that we're psychers, all of us, and the banter is just the best. That's honestly most of the reason to actually play the game is just the banter between the characters. So
hanging out with friends and the banter, yes. Oh man!
If anybody hasn't played Warhammer 40k Dark Tide on Game Pass or Steam, I would encourage you to get it. If you don't want to buy the full price, kudos, fine. Get it when it goes on sale. It's really good.
It's been fun hanging out with you guys playing that, and just like you said,
Absolutely.
the hilarity of the dialogue is just beautiful.
It's amazing.
Because like it's a horde-based game, a lot like Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead 2, you know, that whole vein.
Yeah.
The difference is the banter is just
Banter's amazing.
beautiful. Like I've played Vermintide 1 and 2 as well, which this is direct following of that. And they're good, but they're not the same level of banter. This one, the banter is just incredible. It's
Yeah,
I think it's even
absolutely.
better than the previous banters they had, and it just every time, and like their voices are just hilarious. So yeah,
Mm-hmm. I mean, you and I picked great ones because we picked the same one, didn't we?
they're very similar, but they're different in the sense that your beloved is male
I
voice, and
mean,
my
yeah.
beloved is female voice. So
I
there's
wonder
still some
'cause-
differences.
Yeah.
It's like
I don't remember them giving me a choice.
they
I don't know if
didn't.
I don't know if it's auto generated or not.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of behind the
Mhm.
scenes pieces during your creation of your character
Mm-hmm.
that isn't totally clear, but will shift some of how they act and some of the verbiage used.
I think a lot of it is based on when you like what you pick, like your home world, and
Mhm.
like the. Uh, I'll be honest. I don't know a lot about 40 Warhammer or 40K, so I don't know if each home world has has their own deity that they worship or
No.
like whatever.
No, the Emperor
Okay.
is the only
So it's-
deity. And if
Okay.
you told him that, he'd be upset at you, but he technically is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
If you
anyway,
serve any but the
whatever.
God Emperor of mankind, you are a heretic and shall be purged.
Well, I mean, honestly, like one of the backgrounds of my character is the heretic. I'm pretty sure he is. So the heretic or sedition or something, but
Yeah.
it's hilarious.
It's good. It's good. Without further ado, my co-star over on Death of the Deities, Mr. Dimension 119. How are things going, Sylvan?
Doing all right. Hoping to be able to get back into Death of the Deities next week. Hopefully all these winter storms will blow over and we can get back into it.
So stoked, and then okay, I'm ready to go. I'm so exhausted, but we got at least. Okay, I'm gonna make it to this. It's canceled.
I know. I was streaming at the time, so I didn't even see the Discord, and I was about to end up, and I believe it was you. Hey,
Yeah.
was like, yeah, Death of the Deities is canceled, and I was like, well, back to
That's
the
what I
drawing
wanted to
board,
tell you,
'cause
though.
Might as well not end.
I didn't want you to be like, get off, and then be like, oh, I shouldn't have quit,
I guess I'm streaming longer tonight.
right? Well, that's why I
Yeah.
told him.
And
Yeah.
I'm glad you did, because I got to get into Metroid Prime Remastered, and oh man, it's so
You were
well
digging
done.
that.
I'm trying real hard not to play that off stream. I'm trying real hard. It's a struggle, but
You looked
I
like
haven't
you were
played any
instantly
more off stream
hooked.
yet. Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite games on the GameCube, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So to see that they did a remaster that looks this good already, and they fixed the control issues that they had with the GameCube version, it's so much better.
Yep.
So much better.
It's the game of the year material.
Depends on your preference, but
Yeah. I have a hard time saying it is, just simply because it is an older game. Like,
Mhm.
if this was my first time playing it, maybe, but it's game of the year for me. But yeah, I could see why it wouldn't be,
Yeah.
because it's just a remaster. But it is one of the better remasters I've seen in a long time.
yeah, it's actually well
I was
polished.
pretty impressed.
I mean, some of the
Yeah.
remasters I've seen are just like literally a reskin with all the bugs and everything included, and it's like, why?
Well,
Where-
you can, for me, someone who's played a lot of the GameCube version, like I can tell that it looks better.
Oh yeah,
Some of the Skyrim remasters and re-releases and stuff, like you can't really tell that much of a difference. This you can tell a huge difference, to me, anyways.
it's a number
So
of generations.
I really hope
different.
they continue on and keep going.
No, it was fun seeing you
Hey.
get all giddy on it, and you finished Witcher.
Finally finished the first Witcher.
You can mark that as done.
It's a weight off my shoulders. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna play Metroid, and then I'm gonna jump into Witcher 2 pretty soon. Well, I say pretty soon. I might try to do it alongside Metroid here and there, so that I'm not so I don't just plow through Metroid too fast. But I've got the first Witcher removed from my laptop, and I've got the second Witcher installed and ready to go. So I will get there eventually.
Awesome. No, that I'm looking forward to you doing that one too. It's going to be awesome. And welcome, Raiders. Thank you for the raid, Sucking on Chili Dogs. That you were streaming there earlier, and we're lurking on you while he's getting things pulled together. How did it finish up? Well, it didn't take everything I typed. It still doesn't want to take what I typed. Why is it being a pill? Anything else for you, Dimension?
We got Middle Earth this coming Wednesday before Death of the Deities. I don't think that I have anything else major coming up. If you're a part of any of the Discords I'm a part of, Jarls and Scott Dogs and Table Knights and a bunch of the other ones, you've probably seen my Metroid Monday artwork.
Yeah, I saw that.
Some people say that the photograph itself is sticker worthy, and some people have said it's a cursed image. So go out looking for it at your own risk.
That's a good way of putting it. I'm not sure I would call that flattering, but it is interesting and hilarious.
I definitely wouldn't call it flattering.
What I miss?
The interesting image put out there of our lovely friend Dimension here. Some of the Discord channels.
Yeah, my Metroid Monday promotion.
Oh yeah. That's hilarious.
We're saying not sure I would call that a compliment, but it is a thing. So,
hey man, if it generates the buzz, that's what matters.
Right? Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. Well, for Blackstone, Seamus, Zed, and the missing dog, let's begin the events. Gentlemen, do one of you want to go over what you remember from last time, or would you like me to do so?
I can try to fill in some pieces.
Go
I
for it.
remember parts of mine. So I remember that we're definitely promoted from red to orange. My notes aren't nearly what Matt's are. Matt's are great. But on my particular adventure, I went to the stash and I repaired what needed to be repaired. Did really well at it, in fact. And then I believe Doc joined me, and yes, we were discussing, and I wanted to find out more about our real bodies. So I remember exploring, and then I remember coming across a group of people. I believe they were doctors, and I read their lips, and they said that the stasis pods that they were using, that nobody had ever heard of before, mind you, I certainly hadn't heard of it. They were not working out as well as they thought they were supposed to. So that piqued my interest. I let the group know about that, and I remember Zid he got really upset because he plowed into like just this workout from hell where he just took all of his rage, pent up rage, out on whatever he was like. I don't know if it was a punching bag, kicking bag, whatever he was doing, like some mega squats or something. And then I remember that Doc tried to fight him, or offered to fight him, and Doc got wrecked. by Zid. I remember that. Because I mean, Doc's 450 pounds and Zid's 200 pounds soaking wet. So who knows? But that was fun. And the last thing I remember is we went into the bar because we all went. Like I needed a drink for sure, and we did this because Zid couldn't. We futzed with his cyber tech or his cyberware to get his all his cyber tech completely unlocked, but it didn't completely unlock. It's on like a nightly. We have to like figure out nightly if it's gonna work or not. That night it didn't work, so what we did is we went to the bar, and Doc whipped something up that when Seamus dropped it into somebody's drink very nonchalantly and talked up this dude, he got into this massive fight with this person that he thought was being a prick about like his friend that had died, and that set off everybody. Like all the security came in and like mowed him down, and we the four of us were like we were like we like headed like beeline for the door, like covering our faces. Yes, and that's where we finished.
Yeah, it was an interesting way to end the session, on a massive bar brawl where the individuals involved within are rendered unto ash as the perpetrators slide out the door being like, it wasn't me. So that was definitely a fun way to end. But
Did I miss anything?
I mean, some minor details, but yeah, you got the most of it. You did the chambers you heard about. You'd heard they were in theoretical development at a university, but nothing to this degree.
Yeah.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Indeed.
Overseer wouldn't lie to you.
And yet they were within parameters, but not working to the efficiency that one of the doctors were saying they should. And the other thing you missed was Doc seemed to snap out of his body at some point.
Yes.
A little bit.
For like half a second.
And then he also caused himself to have a bloody nose.
Oh, no, I also remember he stabbed himself in the ribs a few times.
He was trying to find
what a maroon.
Find something.
Subdermal pocket.
Yep.
Yeah, and it wasn't there because you know what? It's not his body. You know.
It is and it isn't. That's the weird thing. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's where we take off with you guys quickly running back to your room, being like, "Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap!" And you get there. And there's a piece of paper. Kind of like a card sitting there. Obviously put there for you guys.
I'll pick the card up and read it.
You see it's a little note. Not very lengthy, but brief. This is Nadex. You said to seek information on the path out that Mr. Head thought he had found. I found contacts with some others. If you still are interested, leave a note at the location that we were. That's it.
I look at Zid. You know, I show it to him, and I let him read it, and he's like, I believe this is gonna pique his interest. But I know you want to like conserve your voice, but I'd like to get your thoughts on this particular message.
he says, it must be for different people. I don't know who that is, man.
Right. Hmm.
Maybe wrong room.
It's true. Very
What
true.
is this contact with others? Path out. I mean,
Mhm.
path out sounds good, man. But
Yeah, absolutely.
don't know who this person is.
Mr. Contacts Networker Man. What are your thoughts on this particular? You know this person? James.
Do I?
Okay. Well,
Now,
this is interesting.
out of
for sure.
character, I think you all know who it is.
Oh yeah.
But in character, there's a slight
No
problem.
Okay.
It's the guy
No
that we
idea.
say that we didn't murder down.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, but we don't
Okay.
remember in character.
Okay.
I did want to make sure players were aware of that. But yeah, your
Okay,
characters,
yeah, all right.
you played
I
your
remember that
characters flawlessly, because that is completely the case.
To be fair, I didn't remember him before you mentioned him just now.
Uh-huh. It's all good. That's why I was making sure.
Does it ring in like any kind of bells at all? Like any vague thing of just being like, just kind of like point back to the direction of the fact that we've lost some of our memories?
I mean, you've lost some memories, but nothing in this indicates those. It said that you asked him to find a way out. You don't recall that. You don't recall the name. You don't even recall the location.
I was gonna say I don't even
We
know
met.
I don't even know who we're talking about. I do know,
Now.
obviously, but like, I
Right.
mean, like, Blackstone has no idea who this person is.
Right. And
Just like, yeah,
a way out, like Zid said, a way out sounds great, but
yeah.
where are you supposed to meet this guy? Who is this guy?
Maybe it's a setup, man. Maybe they think that we might want out, and they lure us in, bait and trap.
Is there anything I can? Is it like printed or is it written?
It's handwritten,
Okay.
which is odd for this very
I was gonna say,
technological location that you're in.
yeah. Does perception work for smell?
For what?
Smell. Can I smell if I smell the card, can I get figure out maybe is there like a memory locked away that might come back with like me remembering the smell?
It'd
the
be a
fight?
Is it still the
very
case, too?
high DV. You can try.
Yeah, my base is 11, so I'd probably have to like crit, and even then I probably wouldn't get it.
Mhm.
So I'll decline.
Okay.
Spend all your luck.
Right.
No. Thank
Hey,
you. Thank
I
you
mean-
for the reminder. I gotta like regenerate my luck.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't do that on everyone's, but you guys are welcome
Yeah,
to do
that's
it as
fine.
well. Yeah, that is the good thing about luck, is that it does refresh every session,
Yeah.
so it's very useful, and helps push things forward.
The way I see it, if it was placed here by the people running the place for a trap, that's definitely for us. I can't see them letting a mistake like putting a note in the wrong room happen with as strict as everything else around here is. However,
Do I?
maybe we just don't remember what this is about.
Or it's a
We
trap.
have had our minds messed with a bit. Or it could be a trap.
Yeah, it could be a trap for sure. I'm gonna take the card, and I'm gonna. Do I have any pockets?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put it in. I'll stash it in my pocket.
All right.
And like the only thing on there is the writing, right? There's
Yeah.
no like identifying markers or like. Okay.
Nope, it's old paper.
Okay. Alrighty.
Which is also odd because you haven't seen like any paper really.
Station. Yeah, no stationery. Yep.
Not needed.
When's our next work shift?
Well, you know you have shifts every day.
Yeah.
Next big mission, you guys don't know for certain.
Okay. I'm
But
just
it's
trying
the
to
end
think
of the
about
day,
like.
so sleep is next, and then
Okay.
And then more kibble. Great.
So, am I allowed to go out past bedtime, quote unquote?
Don't know
Or is
that
that,
you
like,
guys have
frowned
looked
upon?
into that at all.
we have.
I think I might want to see what that involves. Not really interested in sleep right now, especially after the brawl. I'm not really in a good headspace to like lay down and try to relax. I kind of want to
Why? You just saw people get rendered to ash.
explore. Yeah, I did. That makes me want to get the hell out even more.
I mean, it's
Or
not
keep
like
my-
the GM
keep my
had it
nose to
planned
the-
to encourage you to find a way out or anything.
Keep my nose to the grindstone, or just start turning stones over.
Okay.
How the hell do I get out of this place?
So-
And you guys can come if you want. Like, you don't have to, obviously, but
I'm
guys
gonna probably wait and see if you get shot first before
fair.
Uh,
Absolutely fair.
before we
Totally
follow.
fair. Totally
Yeah,
fair.
look, Zid would probably if Blackstone starts to approach the door after hours, Zid would be like, "What you doing, man? We just saw some people get eliminated for doing wrong things. Do you really want to test that, man?"
I have a theory, my friend. I think that because they need the bodies to do what they need, that the second those people get disintegrated, they get like a new body gets uploaded with their stuff, and they get reconfigured, and they become proper servants again. So I'm gonna go with. I don't really have a whole I'm not really scared of getting like reduced to ash, because I think I'm probably just gonna come right back.
And
I'll
if
be a
you-
different
Without
person.
without all of what we have now.
I mean, you guys will still remember where all the stuff is. Like, I might not, but you guys will.
Well, when Doc was, I don't know, doing whatever he was doing, trying to get out, he got hurt.
You did. No pain, no gain though.
I mean, it's your body and your life, man.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, kind of grown fond of you.
yeah. I'm not in the headspace where I want to just kind of like chill. I kind of want to explore
Well,
Alright.
all right.
personally. If you guys want to hang out, you're more than welcome to. I get anxious whenever, because for me, like I'm still looking for my parents, and like I still want answers, and so I'm not really gonna find those answers in this room. I'm gonna find those answers by exploring and figuring things out.
You're not going to find those answers by being erased.
Oh
Starting
no,
over
absolutely.
either. So
That's very true.
just
I will be careful.
If you're going out there, be careful.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate your concern. Both of your concerns.
So,
Don't think that it's going to come along at this point.
so Blackstone steps back out. So
Mhm.
starts walking down. Notice, clock in the corner, tick down. Switches to, sleep time. Rest cycle engaged. Please return to your locations and rest. Your dormitories and rest.
Is that an order?
Hasn't directly said that yet. You do see an arrow pointing back to your room.
Um,
And you see everyone start leaving the areas in the halls. They seem to be going to their rooms. And it's been, 15 minutes or so.
I think I'm going to just take a walk down the hall. Just kind of clear my head.
Okay.
If I happen upon something, I happen upon something. If not, then I don't know, it's like 15-20 minutes. Just see what's going on. And worst case, they tell me we order you back to your room, and then I go back to my room. It's fine. Let's see. Is there is there anything that do I remember like the previous path to like for my first mission?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna take that path and see how far I get now that I'm an O and not an R.
Well, you still have to go around the blue.
Okay.
Other than that, seems to be the same route.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take that route. How long does it take me to get back to the stash?
It'll take a while. Like, it's a good, I think it was like 15 minutes from where you guys were to the stash.
All right. Yeah, I'll take a walk to the stash just to see if kind of push the boundaries of how far I can go. Like I said, worst case,
Roll a
go.
perception. This is more just how alert and aware you are.
Okay. And I'm not going to spend any luck. 15.
Out of 15 total. 15 puts you at a difficult task, so a little above every day, but not professional rating. So, getting close, start noticing halls are more empty, but they're not more vacant.
Am I being followed?
They're not people. More
Okay.
machines currently active. More robots that are active.
Do they seem hostile?
Not as of yet.
Okay.
And then you notice in your...
Go ahead.
Go for it. What?
That's fine. I was gonna ask if I noticed any weapons.
Not that is visible.
Okay.
They seem to be... The ones you're seeing are more maintenance. So cleaner bots, sweeper bots, repair bots. Basic. However, you get a little mark in top of your HUD. Flips to an exclamation point.
Oh, that's no good.
With a little pinning there. Breach of curfew.
Okay. I will begin to turn around and head back. Now, I will say that I do not remember this being covered in our orientation, so to speak. No
It
one
wasn't.
covered there being curfew, Mr. Overseer.
But
We
you
did
were
not cover
told to
this, Mr.
return
Big
to your
Eye.
room for rest. Right.
Yes, but we were not told what the consequences would be if we did not.
Obedience is mandatory. It's supposed to be told why. You're supposed to obey, comply. You all just polite, compliant individuals?
No, we're not. No, we were kidnapped, so
No,
we're not
you
really
signed
inclined.
up.
Uh-huh.
Volunteer organization.
Yeah.
Pure volunteer.
You say so. No, no, I do turn around and start walking back. We'll see if I survive to get back.
You notice a bot scurrying along the ceiling and look at you. You know, not massive bot, but it's large, kind of like insectoid, so it can run along the ceiling easier. And it's just staring at you, and you see it has a yellow. So the light was green as it was running along, and then it spots you and it turns yellow.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to be watching you. You continue back to your room.
Does it see me make eye contact with it?
Probably.
Okay. Does, like, when I continue, does it still say yellow, or does it?
It's watching you and following you, staying yellow.
Okay.
And you hear in the distance a larger form.
Okay.
Most of them you've seen are on wheels, tracks, thereby, you know, able to move around quicker, do their jobs.
Yeah.
They don't really need support to, you know, handle more strenuous activities. They're just, you know, cleaning and maintenance, minor tasks, right? Not heavy lifting.
Yeah, not policing a supposedly obedient piece of meat.
You know.
Yeah, it's fine.
But you do hear an echo in the halls of something much larger coming right for you.
Coming, like, from
your
where
direction.
I'm going?
It's coming your direction. As you pass one of the halls, it's coming from the left. Like, you hear it coming like around a corner, coming towards that. And of course, when you look down the hall, there's only one other hall, which is where it's coming from, and it bends towards you.
Okay.
And you're still about 10-ish minutes away from your room.
Well, I definitely don't want to, like, get into, like, a conflict unless I absolutely have to. Am I, like, so would a stealth roll help me?
Don't know.
Okay.
You think it would? I mean, you know that.
Probably not, since I've got, like, something already looking at me, so probably not. Maybe. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work either. Okay.
What are you thinking?
Do they understand human language?
Potentially. You haven't indication.
I haven't tried to talk. No. I'm gonna like wave at the smile and wave at the thing following me on the ceiling.
Okay.
What would that be?
That's free. I mean, is there something particular you're trying to try with it?
Oh no, I'm just like trying to get it to go from yellow back to green. I don't know that that's actually gonna really help things, but one less eye looking at me is better.
Yeah, I mean that wouldn't change it. It just keeps following you and stays yellow.
All right. So I'm gonna keep walking past the T intersection. I'm gonna keep walking back towards my dorm, in the hopes that whatever is following or whatever is coming near me now, sees that I'm now trying to be compliant and doesn't really ignore me, but just kind of
Maybe won't
quote,
incinerate
unquote,
me.
well, I was gonna say quote unquote escorts me back to my dorm. Is there? I mean, obviously, like evasion is not really. I don't want any kind of combat right now because I'm by myself, and I'm pretty sure that any weapon they have is going to be able to put me down like pretty quickly. So I don't want to engage in any combat.
Well, they do have a section on the security bots in the rule book for Cyberpunk.
Okay.
So you could
Let me,
actually
let me
see
look.
like how terrible
Yeah.
they are.
Let me look really quick. Where's that section?
It's just past the net running section, I believe.
Okay. Hang on. Let's see if I can go. Well, that's not really helpful at all. What is this? No, I don't
While
want to
you're
do that.
going and having a look at the rulebook, so you've been gone. Blackstone's been gone about 20 minutes.
Yeah, something like
Half
that.
an
Yeah,
hour?
20-25 minutes, yeah.
Zid would be starting to pace, up and down the room, looking to Blackstone, looking to Doc, who's just fast asleep.
Take it you
to
meant Seamus and
Yeah,
Doc.
sorry, yeah, Seamus and Doc.
All good.
Seamus, are you still awake?
Probably. I'm probably maybe not as antsy as you are, but I'm probably waiting on Blackstone to come back as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to find the security thing.
Mm-hmm. So there's a section that actually talks about automated turrets, and there's a section that talks about drones.
Yeah.
There's ground drones, long-range air drones, mini air drones, spider walking drones, air swarm drones, and those are just the basic models that people
Yeah.
are able to get to protect their locations. The basic drone is a move 4 40 HP perimeter defense, means it protects an
Yeah.
area. And they
Okay.
have a heavy melee weapon or a heavy SMG.
Yeah, I see it. So you mean like the thing that I had stashed away?
Except that
Even though
one's
I don't have a-
non-mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
a
not
turret.
mobile, and I need a net control node for it.
Correct. These probably have a demon in them running them to
Yeah.
make them mobile and they move around. They're not needing a
Okay.
direct link connection.
So I've got. I mean, I put points into electronics and cyber or electronics and security. I'd like to see if that will actually help me with this.
For doing the electronic security tech, it takes 5 minutes
Mhm.
to counter them, and you'd
Okay.
have to be not already detected and considered hostile to them.
Okay. All right. Yeah. so
Um,
it's not gonna
I
work.
believe is how they have the rules going.
Okay.
And it would be a DV21
Yeah,
to do
which
that.
is significant.
Yeah.
I mean, my base is 11.
Yeah, so it's not bad. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
it's not insignificant.
No, of course. But I can't try it anyway because it's already like
It's
not
already aware of
hostile,
you,
but, like,
so you're
it's
not
aware
like
of me, and like I'm its top
Yeah.
priority right now apparently. Yeah, so I won't go that route.
it's not currently locked onto you and guns blazing, but neither has it seen you yet.
Mhm.
But the other one has,
Yeah.
and that one's on the ceiling,
You
so
talking
you
about-
have
you
to
talking about
somehow
the other
get
one?
to it. Well, I'm saying
Yeah,
the
you're talking
larger
about the
one.
other one, right?
Yeah, the larger one hasn't seen you yet. The one on the ceiling
Okay.
is seen you, but is on the ceiling.
All right.
So it's not the same as walking up behind it and being able to disable it.
Yeah.
It's up there.
Okay. And obviously, I can't reach up there, so.
Not very easily.
Mm-mm.
Tends to be less ease trying to access something on a ceiling.
How far away is the one that hasn't noticed me yet?
It's around the corner. It hasn't quite come around the corner yet, but you do see a light.
Okay. So if I walk
scan
any
beam.
farther, they're gonna notice me.
If you walk further, it'll have to take another turn before it notices you.
Okay.
Because your dorm's straightforward. It's about to turn to
Okay.
turn left towards you.
All right.
And then, so if you go further, it would then have to turn it behind you, or it would see
Okay.
you.
If I call out, are they going to be able to hear me and join me, or that
You're
would obviously
still a
let
ways
me know.
away, so probably not.
Okay.
It would be difficult for them to hear. They would get a roll to see if they do, but it would be fairly difficult.
Sure. I would really like to. So I'm not quite to the T. Is there like, can I make like, is there like an athletics check that I can make to where
There
I can
is an
kind of
athletics check.
dive and roll,
Sure.
or like sprint across? So yeah, let's do that.
You want to
And I'm
hustle?
gonna add some luck.
Athletics is a perfect
Yeah,
one to
I'm
that.
gonna add some luck.
Now this one isn't like, a 21 or something. It's just the higher you go, the faster you go.
Sure. Yeah.
Ooh.
That's unpleasant.
Oh.
One.
Yikes.
Minus
I
six.
probably tripped and fell.
Yeah, so you try to start hurrying, but you're having difficulty. The mop bot just recently came through,
Mm-hmm.
and you hadn't realized that, so you're like, whoa, oh. So you're having a difficult time. You're hurrying as best you can, but not working very fast.
Yeah.
So you get through the T intersection.
Did it change from yellow to orange yet?
Nope. But it is
There we go.
watching you,
Okay.
and it's
that's
following
good.
you.
The one on the ceiling, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine.
You do
with that.
hear the other one has turned the hall towards you, but hasn't
Okay.
turned the second time
Okay.
towards your room. So it's going
Okay.
towards the intersection that you had just crossed through.
Okay. I'm gonna try an evasion.
Okay.
This is probably not gonna work.
But
very
you're
well,
planning
I'm
on
gonna try.
evading this thing.
So, obviously, I'm not evading the thing that sees me. I'm trying to like get away from the thing that hasn't seen me yet. So I kind of want to not upset the thing that's on the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that's gonna work, but I don't want to upset that one.
So
I
you're
wonder if like
kind
there's
of
a way
using
that like I can
evade
do.
as, hey, I'm not being a problem. I'm trying to get to where I'm supposed to.
Yeah,
Evade more
Thank
than
you.
hiding.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to hide because that would
Okay.
be that's more of a stealth roll for me
Yeah.
in my opinion. So this is more of a hey, I'm gonna hurry up and go back.
Technically, the evasion skill there is more for evading hits.
Oh yeah, okay. Then I definitely don't. That's not what I'm gunning for.
Yeah. So it's under the fighting
Um,
skill you see, and that evasion is, yeah.
So
You can actually use
Uh,
evade to avoid being hit in a brawl.
okay. So I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna walk backwards. And I'm gonna like have my hands up.
Okay.
And that's gonna slow me down a little bit probably. But
You'd rather
Now
see it
the-
coming?
well the thing that hasn't found me yet, is it an actual like robot, or is it just
You haven't seen it yet.
it's probably a robot, right? Okay, so the problem that I'm having is that obviously the robot it has there's no emotion, so
Right.
it's just tracking. Um, the other thing that I haven't seen yet, I don't know if I doubt that has any emotion either. So I should probably just turn around and just keep walking.
Yeah, so the equation for melee combat is attacker's dex plus relevant melee skill
Yeah.
plus the d10 versus the defender's dex plus evasion skill plus d10.
Okay.
So evasion
I feel
is
like I'm not gonna.
directly
I
used
feel like
for
I'm
your
not
melee.
gonna avoid a fight. This feels like I'm not gonna avoid a fight. So I'm just gonna get as close as I can to my dorm as possible.
Okay. So you want to
before
hurry that way, or are you
before
going to
yeah,
turn
Yeah, I
and
do. Yeah,
show
no,
your
I
face?
want to hurry that way.
Okay.
I don't want to show my face.
So you're hurrying that way as best you can, slipping as you go. And you do
Yeah.
hear the sound of it turn the corner behind you and move towards you. It's not as fast as you, but it's not being left in the total dust either.
Okay.
So you're getting a little bit further from it. But it's
So
almost that fear of, that continual drone of something heading towards you. It may not be fast,
Sure.
but it's there,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
persistent, and it's coming.
yeah, if I fall down, I'm hosed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll yeah. Here's hoping that the mop drone's water or liquid doesn't really screw with my shoes too bad. I definitely. So if and when I get back to my dorm, does that like silence like the alarm?
You'll see. So you get there, and luckily you don't, fall flat on your face with all the nice wet floors.
Yeah.
You turn just as you get to your room and slide into your room. You see this massive gun, dual heavy machine guns on this massive quad walk heading right for you.
Alrighty.
And as you step
Great.
into your room, it stops and watches. It's just staring at your room as you slip in. And it stops because you don't hear the nice, lovely metal thud, thud, thud that's been following you the whole way.
Yeah.
You guys see Blackstone come rushing into the room, panting and probably a little bit of perspiration on his forehead.
Mm-hmm.
Like he'd seen a ghost or something.
Yes, it's halfway across the room, pacing pretty fast. When Blackstone enters, he sort of stops, swivels on his feet, oh, you look spooked, man.
I'm pretty white, right?
You probably would be. I
Why
mean,
does-
you tell me how you think
Yeah.
Blackstone would feel.
I
I mean,
mean,
he knows
I
tech
know
well
that-
enough to know.
Yeah. So after hours and curfew, this place does not mess around. Curfew breakers, that's not good. It's not a good idea to go out past curfew.
Well,
I,
no shit, man.
Best part
Instead of
is
taking your advice.
everyone in the room is clueless as to what you saw.
So I'm gonna explain. So after curfew, everybody, and I do mean everybody, all the meat workers and all the meat staff go back to they go back to their dorms. The guards go back to their dorms. Scientists, doctors, everybody goes back to their dorms, and that's when the maintenance crew and the security bots and such come out. And yeah, they don't really take kindly to people not in their dorm past curfew. So that will probably be my only time attempting such a sojourn for the time being.
All right. Can I ask a question? A meta question, I guess. Have we got a key card to our room or anything like that, or do all the rooms just open at curfew?
Your door opens when you approach it.
Okay. Have we approached any other people's dorms?
You've walked by them.
Have they opened when we've walked by them?
No.
Okay.
Probably a DNA or like a what is it? Like a biochip in your body that just senses this is your door and it opens.
It makes me wonder if if I were to follow someone else carefully and follow them into their dorm, what might happen. But for now, I am glad to see that you are alive.
And as cavalier as I was earlier about possibly throwing my life away, I kind of realized very quickly once on my HUD I saw an exclamation point and a breach of curfew message, and then I turn around and I see this spider drone crawling on the ceiling come up to me and look at me, and it went from a happy green to a concerned yellow. And then
Perhaps on the okay, go ahead.
sorry, and then as I'm walking back to my dorm, I start hearing these thud sounds behind me, like thud, duh, 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 like I'm being followed and sought out and hunted.
That
And then
sounds like impending doom.
it does, it really does, and so that I like life is fun, so I decided to hightail it back here is without running. I was very orderly, but I very much rushed back as quietly as possible with my spider friend trailing me, and I saw some guns that were probably wanting to incinerate me, and right when I cleared the door, he stopped. So I feel like that's my only warning. So in that vein, I will likely in my current capacity until I procure other possible things, like I don't know, maybe I can figure out a way to get it to where I can control those drones or interact with those drones or something, but that's for later. But right now I'm very happy to see the both of you, and I'm ready to go to sleep now. I'm ready.
You're coming down off your emotional and adrenaline rush. You know.
Yes, absolutely. So I think a nice nap is in the cards for now.
Something a little bit more calm than being hunted. Hearing an impending doom slowly, steadily heading for you. All right. Well, I mean, if you don't want to go have any more excitement, I'm not going to stop you.
I mean, my journey really didn't feel very fruitful, aside from learning those things about the after hours crew, quote unquote.
Well, your earlier one was profitable, but yeah, this last one...
It was very profitable. This one
not so much.
This was very much not.
I mean, you know, they definitely have more mechanized units than you were aware of before, so you do know
Absolutely.
that there is a greater militant risk than you were previously aware of, because the only thing you knew of before really were the security officers that you'd seen that carried
Yeah.
the laser weapons. This
Totally.
was a little
Different.
bit more of a threat, so you know you definitely want to avoid having to deal with those.
Totally.
Zid, being a netrunner, would know the only way a drone like that would be active, or robots are active, are that they are either activated and maintained by a netrunner or a demon. Which a demon
So
is like a
it's-
basic AI designed for a particular task.
So if I like, would cyber tech feed into that, or would electronic security tech feed into that?
Feed into
Like me being able, like, I look at the drone and like, am I able to like kind of discern or ascertain like if this is a netrunner drone or a daemon drone?
it's the same thing per se. You'd have to get into the
Okay.
net architecture to know for certain.
Oh, okay. So yeah, probably not anything. Okay. Never mind.
So, kind of a meta question, I guess, because I don't know. The ones that are controlled by demons, is that something that can be altered as well? Somehow,
All of them can be.
quote unquote, hacked.
If
One might
a
say.
netrunner goes into the net, he can fry a netrunner in the net, or he can fry a demon in the net.
Gotcha.
If no one is
So-
currently actively activating that control node, then he can roll an attempt and take over the control node and have access to it and activate it. If you remember,
one of
that's what he
those,
did with the turret.
Yeah.
Gun walkers does sound to me to be quite fun. Perhaps
Now.
a way out of here.
Yeah, and Seamus has been like laying on his cot or his bed or whatever, kind of with his hands behind his head, like looking up at the ceiling. He's got like one leg kind of cocked up in the air, and he's just kind of listening to you guys talk about this and listening to Blackstone, you know, share his near-death experience and all this. And he sits up and throws his legs over the side of the bed and kind of puts his elbows on his knees, and he's looking over at the two of you, and he has this look in his eye, like read between the lines, but he says, wonder what kind of security they have on those things. Seems like it'd be a problem if someone were to get a hold of a couple of them. Wouldn't feel too safe, you know, with it being nothing but machines at night and somebody gets a hold of them.
Are you
Alright,
considering?
then.
Are you considering heading out?
I don't know if you know this about me, but I get things. I don't do the net stuff.
All I
Blacks-
can say, man, is when I went into the net, down in the back, far away from the real facility, man, the security there was still quite significant, man. My gut tells me it would be much, much worse up here. But perhaps not.
But could you do it? Or
Ha!
could someone do it?
I'm not saying it's impossible, man. And you're looking at at a guy that might just have the balls to pull something like that off.
This is where having a really good roll ability skill can come in really handy.
Wait till next lesson month so I can spend some IP.
Wait till chapter 3, man, and then I get my gear and my skill. But that is something I, meta to throw out is like, just think about when you can start, upgrading your gear. When you have the time to do that and the resources to do that, right? Where you can buy things that you want to buy, because chapter 3 is going to be, a lot more availability to things. And then, you can really amp your stuff up, and also you'll have more IP at that point to have amped up your roll ability to better degrees. How much more fun you're going to be able to have diving into these neck architectures and, playing with them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Blackstone, I will say,
yeah.
looking at this machine as you went in, roll a, I want to say basic tech because it kind of covers it, but there's no military tech. So I'm almost thinking a weapons tech would be better for military tech.
Yeah.
That or electronic security tech I could see working.
Well, I got a higher 6. I got a 14 base in weapons, so.
They'll kind of tell you some different things depending on which one you pick.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do weapons tech.
Okay.
No luck. God, fucking damn it!
My goodness.
Your
It was a big
rolls
gap.
tonight, you're getting all the ones out of the way, man.
Yeah, I am.
So you have an 8
I mean, that'd be fine if they were 2s.
and
2s
6
would be great.
skill and weapon tech, which gives you a total of 8 because you get a -7.
Yeah,
That hurts.
it does.
Yeah, something about this, it's fairly high tech, but you've never seen or heard anything about it. You're just like, nope, better than anything I can ever heard of.
Would an EST roll help, or do I have that option anymore?
Probably not at this point because you kind of already racked your brain for it. Maybe
Okay.
if something else triggers a thought or memory, it might. But for now, maybe sleeping on it would be the best because you are
Okay.
kind of traumatized by this thing coming for
Yeah,
you.
I am. See, from a meta perspective, the reason why I made this terrible roll is because I made the terrible roll to get back here, and that brought up my stress level even more. So
Right.
yeah, it makes sense that I rolled terribly on these two. See, the engine knows. The engine knows.
It is spying
I
on
look a
you.
bit
It
spooked,
knows
man.
the
I'd
truth.
say that it's probably time to get
Turn in.
some shut eye before the morning.
I would agree.
So, you guys get up, have your mundane tasks. Let's have Zid roll for his evening's festivities check.
All right. It's
It's
just
what
a
a D-
D6, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
D6, yeah.
4, 5, 6, you're active.
Nope.
Really?
We
You rolled
cannot
that last time.
roll.
He did. He rolled it last.
Oh,
the
you
same
rolled a
thing last time.
/D6. If you do /red, 1d6.
I mean, it's still all just
Yeah,
D6s, right?
it should be, yeah. It just
You wanna give him
formats
another
it so that
chance,
you
or-
can see it similarly instead of that minimal
Hmm.
format.
Do you want to try again, or
No,
Or
no,
just
no, I
stick-
mean, I've rolled.
okay?
He says, well, no luck, Chooms, on the extension, but it'll come by.
Yeah, maybe 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 after tomorrow, I'll want to give it another go and see if I can make it permanent. We'll see.
What is our plan for today?
What is your thoughts on collecting additional info so you can get out? As you've said, that is your goal. For some strange reason, you don't like it here.
Yeah, some strange reason.
It's a utopia. Everyone's happy and fed. They have jobs. What's not to like?
It just feels like I'm being lied to. Not really. Being lied to doesn't really sit well with me.
How are you being lied
during
to?
During my daily task, I'm gonna see if I can. Are the kits that I'm building like small enough that I can maybe swipe one, or am I just like am I upgrading pieces and then I don't like I just hand them over and then upgrade another one and hand it over?
Some of it's that, some of it's the other. I would say conceal and reveal. Conceal and reveal, the conceal aspect to it, basically hiding it.
Yeah. I'm willing to give it a go. I'd like to know what we're up against, just from like a tech standpoint. Just to like I already know stuff about like the energy ammo.
Mhm.
I already know stuff about the weapons because I've looked at that. I've looked at Doc's caster. I've got like a good amount of information, but I want more information because I want to know
Mhm.
more about the technology that we are now seeing and utilizing and see if I can maybe use it to our further advantage.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to investigate the tech more, or if you want to take one with you, they're kind of different things.
Okay, I think I want to investigate more.
Okay.
Than take with me because my conceal reveal is not super.
Okay.
And I've been rolling shite lately.
Well, that's what Seamus is for. He talks that way for you. It's all your shite in place.
It's also my job to roll worth shite too, so I need you to start doing better.
Okay. So what do I roll for? This is a deduction? Or is it education?
I'm thinking here what would be best.
Sure.
Science. Investigating the technology at hand and understanding how it functions, I could see fitting under science.
All right. It's not terrible. So base 11. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll add a couple of points of luck to it because I gotta get away from the ones. Oh my god.
Hey,
I will accept that.
Gives you a 19 total. So the technology is very similar to some other based ones you've seen, but it's almost like there's some parts to it that have been accelerated somehow. That instead of the decline that happened during the time of the Red, there's advanced as quicker. But how? Why?
Damn you, Life Tech.
Life Tech just wants to make the world a better place. They're moving life forward for the betterment of everyone.
Are you in their marketing department? No, it's fine.
I
but
made
no,
them.
yeah. Ha, 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 ha.
Which demented mind do you think created them from nothing?
God,
So,
Emperors.
I think, yeah, I've posted in the chat. I
Yep.
don't really know how to say too much better than that, but yeah, I think Zid's looking like Zid's been working with this network architecture for 2 days now. This is the third day,
Mhm.
and
That's
we
a good
have
option.
found some stuff out outside of digital things, and I think he just wants to focus his attention on this digital stuff. Primarily, he's learned effectively on the job, right? Because
Mhm.
he's been a survivalist. He didn't learn formally, but in doing that, he's seen a lot of people who have learned formally and how they code differently. And often coders will put in like repeated lines that sort of tag them as certain coders. Sometimes there's an artifact of who they are.
Certain styles,
Sometimes they
yeah.
just write a certain way. Um, and you can sort of tell if someone's been educated properly and if someone hasn't. And he just wants to get information around that
Yeah.
to see if he's being totally duped by doing this menial tasks and that this is meaningless, or maybe whether this person might have written their own network architecture as well, and maybe
Yeah.
he can glean some information around that.
Criminology, cryptography, or deduction would be the ones I can kind of see that probably would be used here. And kind of they
Okay.
each give you a little bit of different sort of info.
If I can
Well,
help, my deduction is really high.
This is
yeah.
more him
Well,
while
I've
he's
got
in the net.
Okay,
Hmm.
cool.
Deduction or cryptography. They're both at the same amount. I think
Go for
I
it.
will roll cryptography because I think that's what interests Zid more, right?
Mhm.
He's looking for patterns. He's looking
Yeah.
to decode what might be there. So I think
Yeah.
that fits his personality better.
Sounds good. Give it a whirl. See how much he's able to decrypt in his current run.
Mm,
6.
nice.
Making it a 20. Nice. You start going through looking. Well, this architecture and this code was built with this style. This one was built with another. Oh, this one shows some signs of degradation. Okay, well, that's why they're sending me in. They're having me fix some of the degradation issues. But there's a few bits here and there that are a bit erratic and don't make sense. And there's a few spots in the architecture that almost seem completely foreign to the rest of it. So there's a number of people who've built different pieces. You're kind of getting a feel of some differing level of skills. But there's a base piece that's seems a lot more corpo, right? Because you've done a few corpo hacks in your days, I'd take it.
Oh yeah.
And they employ their people to be very similar, right? Little differences between the people, but very, very similar. You see that as the base structure. Then you have these other pieces that have kind of be put on. That base structure has some degradation, but some of these others weren't quite done to the same standard. And some of those actually show almost more degradation. And then there's some really odd pieces that don't really fit styles at all. They're just like odd chunks out.
Errant pieces of code.
But they're not they're doing jobs. They don't fit the same style. But they're almost tying everything together and making them function more, keeping control on the other pieces. So they seem errant at first, but then you notice they're almost anchor points, tying everything to be functional.
Can I set a worm on one of those to monitor it?
You can try.
Okay, how would you like me?
Have you looked at the rules on setting worm? That is a... Okay. It's a net action to do that. And you roll it's basically a virus instead of a worm. Usually what they just call it as. But essentially you'd be doing a worm version. Let me get back to that run.
Do I have the things that I need to do do that?
Yes, it's a base action, like zap. There is a worm program, but that's different than what you're wanting to do, because that worm program is to just increase backdoor checks.
So I'm just rolling
Not what you want.
An interface check?
Yes. Let me see. I'm trying to get back to the net run info. We actually had how to do it there. All right, so if you look at 199 through 201, that gives you the list of base interface abilities. You have scan, backdoor, cloak, control, ID, pathfinder, slide, virus, zap.
Okay.
If you have a cyber deck, you can do those. That's running off your personal skill to do things in the net.
Okay.
So those don't require any programs. They don't require any of that stuff. They require a cyber deck and your skill.
Yep. So, what I want this to do is to follow.
Okay.
Basically, it's a spy.
Mm-hmm. So I would see that as using two things you need to do. You need to roll your virus check, right? And see how well you do at that. And then you'll need to roll a cloak to see how well hidden it is.
Okay. So we get an 8 for the roll. And a cloak. I'm just going to spend all my luck for the session on all of this because I think he wants to... Oh no.
Ooh.
No!
No,
Stop
that's the worst.
I am gonna get found out. So
Yeah.
the 8 determines what
That's
it does.
how
and
good of a
then
virus
the
is.
-3, thank you game,
Oh.
determines if I get found out.
Oh.
Basically,
So nice knowing you
anyone
there.
who runs a check knows that it was you.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd have to roll less than a -3 to do that. To not find
Which
it.
is almost impossible.
Yeah. Because it's a versus check
Look,
for a cloak.
I rolled a 9 on the second dice. Couldn't have been like.
Right?
Can we just say that it was the other way around, like a 9 and then the 1?
Well, that's the thing. That's just the worst. Like, if you'd gotten... Like, you could have gotten a -4 max. Would be the max negative you can get. Right?
Yeah.
You got one away from the max negative. It's just... Oh.
It's great, and Zid's gonna pay, but it it got an 8 for following. It's not terrible.
Right? We'll see.
We'll see.
You'll get chastised for it at least.
Hey, at least I didn't say I want it to like do anything
Right?
other than follow.
It's nothing like majorly malicious. Can you imagine if you'd tried to do something malicious?
See, I
Or
might be able to speak my way like out of
yeah,
this.
at least this one you're like, you have a chance to say it was for something legitimate instead of
And the brilliant thing
Yeah,
about Zid
yeah.
would be like, do you think that I would put this in there so obviously if I wanted to be like, if I didn't want you to find out? So he can double speak. He will. He really likes to mislead that way. So
we'll see how well that roll
we will-
goes when it
we
comes,
will
right?
see how that goes.
Oh man, that was great. That was great. All right. Well, you get a basic kind of thing in there, but it's
Yeah.
it's kind of sloppy.
Very obvious. Yeah.
And yeah, you don't cover your tracks at all.
Cool.
You put a big digital thumbprint right on that smacker. I did it. Seamus.
What? What are you gonna do?
Seamus, let's have you do some rolls. Everyone else is doing great tonight. What do you want to do tonight?
Do well.
Nothing. I think I'll just do my
Just
job.
like, no.
You know the best part? He would have rolled the 10s. Right.
No, Seamus is gonna try to find, basically try to glean some more information. Kind of, I guess, like talking with the people he's working with, and just trying to get as much as he can, trying to ask the right questions to find out if anyone that he's working with has any more information than he does. Just just trying to get somebody, find that person in his area that has the loose lips.
Yeah. Let's have you do a conversation, because I think you're trying to get information without like grilling the person or making it obvious what you're trying to do, right? You're trying to more subtly just converse with them and try to get some info, right?
I'm happy with that.
Interesting. It didn't show the roll. I know it shows it in chat. Just usually, Dice So Nice usually has the dice come out. 19. Roll mod 2. What's the roll mod 2 from?
No idea. I just clicked on conversation and I spent 2 luck.
Oh, I think I know what happened. Your luck didn't
okay.
get used.
Yeah,
the mod was...
I put it in mods instead of luck, so I can move 2 luck. That's what that is.
It's all good. I was just curious. But yeah, no. You're good. I get it now. Okay.
I fixed my luck.
Yeah, it was just puzzling to me when I saw that. It threw me off for a second.
I just put it in the space above.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. I know how that works. That's it does come in sometimes where circumstantially I have told you guys, hey, so you get a mod for this, that, or the other, right? Up or down based on things. And that's what that is used for. So it's just took me off. I'm like, I don't remember hearing one on that, but yeah, we're good. All right. So you're able to glean that there is some underground trading going on. There is a few elements that aren't totally pleased here. But in doing so, they also say that everyone's happy being here. This is a great place to work. Everything is wonderful here. But, you can get some things if you're looking for them that aren't really normally found here. You know where to look. The fixer style of things. Yeah. You're given a vague detail on how to try to contact a individual, a contact, on how to get some of these more suspicious items as they've been deemed. Do you wish for suspicion, Seamus? Let me grab a name here. what is a good name for this individual? I wasn't considering needing another name, but I guess I should have. You got a good name, Seamus, for your contact, or you want me to get one?
I'm just kidding. Ignore me.
Oh, I'm shite at coming up with names. So yeah.
We'll give you a
if somebody
shyster
else has
as
one.
your contact. Let's see. Phase.
Love
Yeah, I know if you some of the stuff. Go drop a message down in room 16. There's a little janitorial closet there, kind of, that you'll see some cleaning bots in there. You leave a blue token in there, and leave a mark of who you are, of one way or another, and yeah, he'll contact you about a meeting place, time, place, and item to bring, and yeah, FaZe can hit you up with some preem stuff, you know what I mean? But we didn't talk about this, so right? We never met.
Who are you?
Exactly. And it just walks off.
Yeah, Seamus just goes back to whatever he was doing, like he's still kind of working while this was happening. But
yeah, you both were.
It definitely became like almost like to the trained eye, it became just like autopilot.
Yeah.
And Seamus kind of turns back to like giving his actual attention to it and getting it done.
Makes sense. So now you have a underground contact in the complex. There is no underground. There is no deviants. There are no rebels. Everyone is happy here. Everything is great. That's a great place for us to take our little break. So refill your coffees. We're going to take 5-10 minutes because we're at a perfect spot to do that. And we'll be back and see what kind of more mischievous activities these lovely individuals can come up with. So run the room, take a break, empty the body, and get some more liquids to refill it. We'll be right back. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Hope you had a good little break there. So, our lovely cast here is gathering their detail, prepping the info, digging to see what they can find, and hoping they're able to get enough to find their way out. Gentlemen, you guys have collected some additional details from your, as we can call it, your day jobs or your mundane jobs that you've been assigned.
I would like to follow a co-worker.
Okay.
Actually, I would like to make a friend.
Make a friend.
Yeah, I would like to target someone that I've seen the last 3 days of work, or just had contact. You know, at the end of the shift, you might have walked out a similar door or something like that, just gone hey, and then walked off a different way. I would say hey to that person. I go, hey, you want to, you know, like chew the cud, you know, go buy your drink, talk to me about your day, that sort of stuff, and as if it's like just co-workers doing co-worker things. I think that's where Zid wants to go after work.
Okay. That works. So he's going to do that after work. All right. So you see one of your colleague individuals is heading towards the what do you want to call it? Cafeteria, cantina, whatever. You know, it's kind of a hybrid here. It's a location to eat, drink, and acquire those needed necessities other than basic kibble from your room.
Alright, well, I'm lining up next to the guy getting the food and stuff, and he goes to pay, and I was like, oh, I'll take that. Why don't we take a seat after?
Alright. I guess. What was your name? I see you've been here for a few days.
This is my 3rd. And I would just sort of say, nothing terribly unusual. Just repairing some network infrastructure. What about you?
I don't know, just doing the work we're supposed to do and seeing what happens.
Yeah, seems like every day's pretty much the same. Although, did you see, like, you hear about the incident?
Incident? I'm not sure I heard about that.
Someone was saying something. I don't know whether I should really believe it, but someone was saying that there was some sort of disagreement in one of the bars. Yeah, someone had maybe had too much to drink or something and got a bit angry.
That is odd. It doesn't usually get to be that way. We know the problem if you go that route is not very healthy.
Well, maybe it was just hearsay. Someone might have just been spouting nonsense. Well, as you say, I've only been here a couple of days. I'm just sort of trying to get the lay of the land a little bit. How long have you been here?
I don't remember. It's been a while.
You comfy
Trying
enough?
to think. It's basic. I had better accommodations before I was here. We used to have a nice, pretty good suite out there, and it's the old Night City. And then I'm here, and it's just basic accommodations. I have to share a room with some other people. It's really rather not. prefer my own place.
Best, is it? Yeah, no.
I own computers, but
You haven't had any other employment opportunities? Any special assignments come your way?
we had one. We had to go down to a server room and deal with some problems there. There is some issues down there that we cleared up. I can't remember all the details. But I was able to fix the bugs down there, and then I don't remember what happened. But here we are.
Sounds a bit odd. Well, yeah, and you are now so good for you. And if you've been here a while, maybe you'll be up for promotion again. Do you know what the pathway to the next rank is?
Just do what you're supposed to and show that you're worthy of it, and you get to go up.
You don't think that you are? I mean, you've been here a while now.
Well, actually, probably am soon.
I wish you all the best in that.
I appreciate it. You too. It's always nice to be an O instead of a R, but don't we all want to be the white?
You're not kidding. Yeah, so I'll just make small talk like this for a little bit. Zid's not especially cool or whatever. He seems maybe like pretty average at talking. He's probably skirting around some issues, not telling whole truths, but not completely lying about it either. And I would sort of, I might pull on the heartstrings toward the end of the conversation when this guy was looking to finish up and sort of go something like, you're hoping maybe one day that you might be able to get back to Night City and to the sort of job that you had before, and that would be the way that he would finish that. So let's zoom in on that part of the conversation for a minute or two, where he asks that, so that we can move on to the others.
Man, I wish it was possible, but I don't think that's likely to be allowed, so I fear for the worst on that, but we'll see what we see, right?
You don't think that if enough of us saw it that way, Bun, that we might be able to affect some change on a larger, manpower level?
I mean, you'd have to get to be one of the, UV rank to really be able to do that, and I don't think they want to give up their power. The people who get there, they seem to like their power, and I don't think they want to give it up. And the rest of us, probably we won't get there because we'd rather, go to the places we were at, and it seems to almost be, what you call it, you don't get to be the top unless you follow the top.
That's very wise words. Well, nice to meet your acquaintance. Might see you around.
You as well. Name's Consul. You?
I'm Zid.
Nice to meet you, Zid. We'll see you tomorrow, probably.
Alright. Cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Blackstone. Seamus. After your day shift is completed, what is it that you find yourselves doing this evening?
At some point, I'd like to touch base with the other two and let them know what I found out.
Okay.
Whether that's, the end of the night or whatever. Just meeting and letting them know specifically this contact that I found, and kind of trying to find out what we want to try to procure.
Would you go back to your room first to try to meet up with them, or would you go grab a bite to eat?
Probably swing by the room first.
Okay. Doc would probably be there. What about Blackstone? Would he be heading to the room after work first, or would he be stopping off somewhere?
Have I already done my piece during my shift?
Yeah, unless you wanted anything else to do. We had you do your rolls for that and kind of.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Okay.
Okay. I didn't know if
I'm
there's
gonna
more to that you wanted or what.
No, it's. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna stop by the room.
Okay.
Just to kind of. I'm feeling a little. Kind of lonely. Because
Alright.
of what the events of last night, and
Mhm.
just checking to see if they're there.
So you get there, you see Seamus and Doc are there. And Seamus, you see Blackstone come in. Because it is not.
So, yeah, I was just stopping by to see if you guys wanted to grab a bite. But,
We got a Sid.
I haven't seen him. I think that he might, I think he might want to, maybe stay by himself for a little bit. Just what happened the last few days, maybe like the thing that happened yesterday with like him being worried about me. Because when I got back, I noticed he was a little worried. So maybe he wants to just chill by himself. How was your day?
I found out some interesting information. Like, he just leaves it at that for a minute.
Yeah. And
Kind of gauging your reaction and seeing if you
yeah,
have anything to
I
say.
know,
or-
like I normally, yeah, no, like so I think that knowing, kind of after getting to know Seamus, he would say, kind of like any interesting information for a person like you. Yeah, definitely feels like something I'd like to know, and maybe the group has a sense of what's going on from that point of view.
Do you want me to tell you now, or do we want to wait till we've got us all together?
I mean, we can wait
Might
until we
be.
see Zid. Yeah, I mean, that's probably something he wants to know. And so, I mean, did you want to grab a bite to eat, or do you want to like come and take a walk?
Sure, let's go get some kibble. He kind of
I mean,
rolls his eyes.
maybe they'll have different flavors of kibble because you got kibble that they give us
Well,
in the morning. Maybe.
Yeah, you get morning
Oh
kibble.
yeah, I'm sure
Usually
they'll have like lunch kibble and dinner kibble, and it all tastes the same.
they do have at those cantinas, cafeterias, whatever you want to call them, they do have some other stuff you can get. So have you guys played 2077?
Yes.
Okay. So you know how there is some other food vendors. It's not just kibble.
Mhm. Yeah.
You do have some... Have you guys played Fallout 4?
No.
In Diamond City, there's a
Yes.
server. So he is... so someone like that is here if you want to order some food. And it can be like the 2077 meals. Like you can get some of those. They have basically like a street vendor like that. It's just a robot.
Yeah.
So the cafeteria does have one of those where you can go and order some of
alright,
those
well, that's
other
good.
items. But yeah, it's your dinner, basically a provision.
Yeah. I definitely feel like need something different than kibble tonight.
Oh yeah, Seamus would be all over that.
So you guys are able to go there and grab some food. Anything you guys want to talk about while you're eating, or skip to meet up?
I think I personally like. I'm just looking to get calories in me, and then meet up with Zid.
Okay.
Seamus would probably end up asking you, like on our way there, kind of how your day went. Just not like he's pretty obvious that he's not looking for you to like explain it if you've found something out like while we're walking down the hallway. He's just kind of trying to get an idea.
Have you made progress on building our deck, as it were?
So I know that like the tech that they had like earlier in our time, like 10 years ago or whenever shit really went down with the corporate war, a lot of the like the technology has degraded severely since then, or we're having to like find and use like stuff that was better 10 years ago as opposed to what we have today. And the place that we're at, it seems like they're the one company or the one conglomerate, corpo, that have figured out how to flip that, and their tech trend is starting back up again, significantly, and I think that it has to do with this university that had like they I guess the program, they procured the program somehow and brought all the researchers in, and then their technology arc has just been nothing but trending upward. So I feel like we've got quite a war ahead of us if we're gonna get out of this place.
I would expect nothing less.
Okay, so does that take us to the eating place?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm trying to make sure you guys have time to get everything out you guys want to do, right? Because there is a lot
I'm good.
of info and stuff.
No, I totally understand.
So yeah, you guys get there, and then if there's nothing else you guys want to do, you can zip till you meet up with Zid. Otherwise, you guys can choose anything else you want to do.
I mean, I'm sure we'd make some small talk while we ate the meal or whatever, but Seamus doesn't have anything else super important to talk about unless Blackstone does.
Mm-hmm.
It's not important, but I know how like your relationship with Doc, and your history. I hope Doc's nap is going well. He seemed to have a rough last couple of days, getting really worked over by Zid, and then like stabbing himself in the ribs a few times. He seemed to have a rough go of it, so I hope he's having a good nap.
I think that competition that Zid and Doc had really affected him more than it should have. He keeps trying to get out of his own mind, and it's not good for him.
I saw a little bit of
that's
blood
why
on his nose.
I think that's why he's been so tired lately. I'm afraid he's gonna hurt himself if we don't help him soon.
Yeah, I agree. The last couple of days have really affected him, and taking time to rest and maybe even healing his bruised ego a bit. That'll probably be good for him.
We need to figure it out what we can do to help. Take his mind off of it. Maybe find a direction or a target or a goal for him to shoot for.
Yeah. I think that You think maybe that drone that I ran into would make a good target?
No.
Uh,
No.
okay.
Seamus
Man.
sees the imagery of two large machine guns just opening fire on dock.
More like Seamus sees Doc, like ripping this drone apart and ripping both of the machine gun arms off, and just blasting the hallways with the machine gun arms.
Yeah, that
Not that would happen,
as
but
well,
that's what Seamus sees.
both are scary options. It doesn't matter which one you go with. Yeah, terrifying and horrifying.
Pick your poison.
Right.
Two sides of the same coin.
Two aspects of the same nightmare.
Yeah.
So when you guys are ready, you meet up with Zid. There's nothing else you guys want. And you guys can fill each other's in.
Walking out of a cantina / cafe. He seems to be talking to another bloke on his way out. And exchanges pleasantries as they part ways. He spots you and walks over in your direction.
Stepping out on us, or yeah?
Stepping out? Yes.
Who is that? Who's your friend?
He's been here a lot longer than we have. He's the next door down from me, and seen him the last couple of days, and just thought I'd have a chat, get the lay of the land a little bit. He seems to think that we're trapped here permanently, and while he does think about his occupation and stuff before this, pretty much resigned to the humdrum that has become him. I just thought I would, I don't know, see what was going on, see if I could find out anything, and I would share everything that he'd said, and I would share, and Zid would be like, so man, I might have left a little.
As you're saying that, you have a pop-up on your HUD.
Yeah.
Leave my code alone.
So Zid stops mid-sentence. I might left a little. Never mind. How was your day?
Oh boy.
You all right there, Zid?
You got a little
Looking a bit like
I saw a ghost.
a bit like Blackstone when he took his trip the other night.
What do you mean? I'm fine. He's clearly not fine.
Seamus like picks up some kind of cloth off one of the tables and hands it to you. It's like, you might want to wipe your forehead before you start dripping.
Oh, it must have been the curry. That'll come up again later, he says. Double speak for, I'm sure to divulge when we're quite
Double
so
speak
much of a public
for
place.
shut the hell up.
Yeah. pretty much. But Zid does intend on sharing everything that he knows with his companions when we're in a less public place.
So I take it you guys want to head back to the room and go there, or you want to go to the stash?
I don't see any reason to go to the stash now.
I agree.
I
I don't
mean,
either.
preferably if we could just leave, like that'd be the most private location. But I don't think that's gonna happen.
Well, you need to find where the exit is first.
Just follow the glowing neon signs to say exit.
You actually haven't seen any of those.
By the way, in our whole time here, have we actually seen one of the rank that this contact of mine pointed out we would need to be if we were going to make any sort of leeway? He said something like,
He
what
said
did he say?
you'd want to wear the white.
He'd want to wear the white. And we haven't seen any white. right?
No. No, you have not. The highest you guys have seen is blue, I believe. Actually, I think Blackstone saw an eye. But yeah, you've seen GB and I. I think Blackstone saw one.
Did he say something about the black light
UV rank.
UV?
Yeah. That was the color designation of that rank. Like you're an O.
Which is white.
Yeah.
Color designation. Okay.
Blackstone,
Yeah.
you're mute. Blackstone, you're on mute, but you look like you're trying to say something.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I've seen an eye.
I think I said you saw an I and a B when you were doing your lip reading.
Okay, yeah, and then we don't know above those.
Correct.
So we, from what I understand, the highest rank right now that I've seen is I.
Correct.
I haven't seen anything higher, so I'm telling them and so I don't know how we would. I don't even know what we would have to be like the task we would have to undertake to see an eye.
Well, we've been here for 3 days, right?
Yeah.
That we know of.
Well, in the repeated doing this humdrum.
Yeah. Technically, it'd be your fourth
we've-
day in the complex, third day of your menial tasks, as we call them.
Zid says, when we're back, he says, I might have, I might have attracted unwanted eyes. In the network architecture, I saw something unusual. I saw normal code, I saw corpo code, that all made sense to me. But there were other bits of code that just stood out. I know you don't understand what all the different types of code are, but I don't need you to understand it. What I need you to know is that some of those things stood out. It's like a whole field of football players all wearing the red jerseys, and suddenly there's like a pink cheerleader in the middle, and it just really stands out. And there were a few of these instances that really stood out, but somehow they were all being connected by some sort of thread, and I followed that thread. And I thought it would be interesting to try and track that, but I did leave a little something to do that, but it seems to me that, to be honest, and I'm sorry if this gets anyone else into trouble, but someone caught me and said to leave their code alone. I saw it come up just before you noticed when I was acting a little bit strange, and it's come up in my HUD, so I can see that. I think there's someone very powerful behind the scenes, pulling at strings, unifying things, and potentially a very powerful netrunner or something like that who is well aware of what I was trying to do. And yeah, that doesn't give me a whole heap of confidence.
So after last night, my ordeal, this like seeing you is how I felt last night. So I understand. I understand your trepidation. I understand, and I appreciate your honesty in telling us these things. So I understand how you feel, and I empathize with you. So we might actually have to keep our heads down for a few days. And
Yeah, maybe just
go about our
like
thing.
do as good work as we can, as much as we don't want to, and maybe at some point
Maybe don't forget.
Yeah, maybe get a new job. I don't know, but after this, I have a feeling that we're going to be, well, at least I will be watched.
I wonder.
Seamus.
I wonder. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
So I wonder if there's a way that like maybe we can file a transfer to a different dorm so that they can't hear what we're saying as well. Oh man.
Maybe. So yeah, I'm guessing that we're all relatively forthcoming with everything that we've found out. Is anyone holding back any information?
No, Seamus would kind of listen to you guys talk, say everything you said, and he'd eventually do his thing again, kind of lean back in the chair, one of the chairs, or lean back on the stool or whatever, and kind of prop his feet up, kind of put his hands behind his head, and like, so let's get this straight. Blackstone went out and got the attention of the security bots the other night. And now you've gone and gotten the attention of someone that's coding the place.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least I haven't caught anyone's bad attention yet. I have gotten a contact that might be able to get us the items we might need. And Seamus looks really proud of himself.
That's amazing.
I agree. It's very super helpful.
We've just got to figure out what we're going to have him or this person try to get us. Is there anything that we need right away? I imagine it's going to take time. If we're going to lay low, might be worth trying to get something.
Yeah, definitely maybe some cyberware, and some tech. Even though the tech might not help against what we are seeing, I think that we should at least have something.
Zid says, I think we need a recommendation. And by that he means that he wants to be higher rank than he is, than we are. And he doesn't see, especially now based on what's happened, he doesn't see that that's possible any other way than having someone vouch for us.
Ah,
Now, that's not an item, but maybe we can. I don't know. Maybe there's something.
You're fondly wanting to take the faster ladder up that we talked about.
He
Pretty good.
says it's a matter of that now I'm going to be watched, so I'm probably unlikely to get a normal ladder up. I need a boost.
I'll see what I can do. Now, they said to leave a blue token. Do Seamus know what that is and how to get one? Do we already have those?
You could procure one during your shift. Seen a few of them around. They're common enough that it's not going to be totally troublesome, but it's also something that you don't necessarily want to flaunt around that you're possessing one and doing something with it.
Gotcha. I'll get I'll try to get the necessary items tomorrow. Get the ball rolling.
Excellent.
So, the next day you all wake up. You head to work. And Ed, the guy you talked to yesterday, he's not an O.
Ooh.
He's a Y.
Ooh. Very close to promotion, apparently. I'm imagining he does not even look in my general direction.
He's busy right now, but no. You see, he's actually giving some orders and stuff to the O's and R's.
Have we noticed, or is there a role for determining if there's any other factor other than the thing above our heads that designates what rank we are?
What you're wearing.
Clothes.
Yep.
And that only changes overnight when we get reset effectively.
Essentially, you're not totally sure.
But it happened to us, right? So we
Mhm.
went from red to...
Right. But you do notice the number on console didn't go up, but it did go up on you guys when you did your reset.
Mhm. Okay.
So he had a promotion from color to color without a number increase. So you know that's possible. And you have seen numbers increase on some other people without their color going up. So you know those two aren't necessarily tied. They both have designations meaning something. Since you're doing that, roll me a deduction.
Thing.
This is actually important.
Yeah, well, it's too late because I
Mhm.
already spent them all.
It's all good. Ooh,
Yeah, boy.
10.
Yeah, boy.
27. It dawns on you
That
like a
is-
lightning bolt as you're coming in and looking at console and remembering your talk yesterday. You don't see anyone above a 6. You guys are all 2s. You don't see any 7s. You've never seen a 7. You've seen 1 through 6.
Makes me think if the letters are one set of benefits and the numbers are another set of benefits. Oh no.
There's only so many times we can be reset.
So,
Ooh, what if the numbers are how many times they've been reset?
We do not know.
you'll be able
Not
to
properly, man, but
Yeah.
it is an interesting thought experiment, man.
So, I take it you'll share that with your compatriots
Oh
that
yeah,
evening after
yeah.
your shift.
There's no way I'm keeping this to myself. No way. Yeah.
So, anything particular on that shift you guys want to do? Seamus, you
Just my job.
Okay. Seamus, you getting one blue chip and leaving it where you're told is fairly menial task for you. Just to make sure you don't, epically fail and for some reason draw attention. Just roll a conceal reveal. It's a good option. I'm trying to think if there's another option that works well.
I'm
Stealth
perfectly
could
okay with
work. Okay, go for it.
He had a base of 13 in that, so.
Oh.
Oh.
I'll do that. Sure.
Damn. That is incredible.
So you remember how you're getting ones, now you're getting tens. 10
You
and then
get
10.
all of the blue chips.
Right.
I'm just
Weird,
walking
like-
out with a
You got a whole
bag on my
pocket full
shoulder.
of those things.
So
Oh man.
you get in there and you leave it flawlessly, and you get a stash of a few items that have some value. So we're going to mark down that you have a little bit here of value. So just mark down a bit of loot or a bit of value, and that'll come up when you're dealing with your contact. So you leave that and you head out. Right towards the end of shift.
Now, did I have to leave a note about kind of what we were looking for? Or is that later?
General what
I
you're
know I had to
looking
leave
for.
something just.
A chip with basically has your contact info,
Yeah.
and then a brief synopsis of what it is you're wanting to do. Do you want to meet? Are you just looking for something to be dropped off in your room? Are you looking, something to start the ball rolling and to start getting an idea of what it'll cost you? You got the feeling,
Gotcha.
since this is your realm of expertise, it is your role. That's kind of how things sometimes go with the underground subtle fixers more. They tend to say, okay, well, what sort of thing are you looking for? So I can start the ball rolling and trying to get at least some idea of what it's going to cost, right?
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what I was thinking, and
Yeah.
I would mention that we're kind of looking for twofold things, like a way to move up and some type of cyberware, and willing to negotiate or something like that, depending on what can be procured.
So you get a message when you're heading back, wrapping up your shift. Phase will meet tonight. Corridor 7. Look for a breach. And that's it.
Well, I hope I don't get toasted.
You got a feeling it's probably before, night shift. It's probably the free shift where you eat dinner, you have a little bit of time to do stuff during that segment. So you'd have time to meet up with your compatriots and fill them in and invite them if they wanted, or head out on your own and let them know, hey, so I'm going to go to this meeting. If I don't show up, here's why.
I'd probably inform them of that, but kind of make it known that it's probably not a good idea to have like all of us go, but maybe suggest maybe take Doc with me, just kind of as some quote unquote muscle. Like I feel like that's kind of a normal thing, but I wouldn't want to roll in there with the whole squad. I also wouldn't tell. Seamus wouldn't tell you guys not to come. He just kind of be something along the lines of, if the rest of you want to be there, it's going to have to be covert. These things aren't, especially these underground things, aren't typically done with rather large groups. That's easier to be noticed that way. It's going to be hard enough not to be noticed with Doc around, but I need him.
Yeah, Zid says he trusts your discretion and your expertise in this, and is happy to know that Doc's going, and he is going to lie low tonight.
And
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, I think I'll hang out here too. Just trying to process the idea of like what's going on.
Especially after the details that Zid gives you on the number and letter combo and what he thinks they do mean. So Seamus heads out to his meeting. Seamus, I hear you want some things that may be possible and some things that aren't. Of course, you see the, hooded figure. He seems to be there just talking to you. Not a whole lot of light. You're used to this sort of deal. You've dealt with this sorts before. Well, depending on what kind of value you can bring, I could potentially see about seeing if I can get a little bit of modification put in place to your chromatic designation. As for the item requested, you must not have been here for too long, because those don't exist within these confines.
A friend of mine has access to some type of cyber deck. Sometimes. That's a type of cyberware.
It's not standard. That is, how shall we put it? Homegrown modifications.
It's been tried to modify it.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, we've almost made it work. Is there somebody around that might be able to do better?
Absolutely. But for that, it's gonna cost you dearly. Bumping you one rank is probably doable with a decent amount of value. Doing that surgery, now that's gonna cost you. Doing anything additional, modifications or upgrades, it's really sketchy business. And getting any sort of mechanical cyberware, that's just straight out not here.
Scratch the cyberware. Both the modifications and the promotion is going to be for a friend of mine. If we can arrange the color upgrade first.
That's a lot more doable,
Then we
probably.
can talk about the other.
It'll take me a few days, but you got the valuables on you. I can get stuff moving right away for the chromatic positioning.
Well, I guess that depends on what you're looking for then.
What do you got for value? I mean, you've been around long enough. I'd hope that you know what's considered value in these parts. Things that are a little bit harder to come by.
Seamus would show this, like a small portion of what he found to start with.
That's the sort of stuff we're looking for.
much would you be looking for?
Well, I mean, you should looking to go from an O to a what?
Would Zid have mentioned like what he was looking to go to exactly? Or...
So what I still have no concept of what's going after what.
Okay, so it goes ROYGBIV.
Well, I don't think that he would be looking to jump too far. We've gone up one rank so far. Maybe a 2 rank jump to green, or 1 rank jump with recommendation for another is kind of where he wants to. Like he probably has designs on green, and he wants to use that as a launching pad, because we have seen areas that are specifically blue. He doesn't think that that's a wise thing to go for straight away. Like, he wouldn't be pitching blue, but he might pitch green.
I guess so. The other question I should have asked before I went and talked to this guy, is what what is our deal if we can only afford 1 upgrade? Like, if Zid's the only person that can go up, that's most likely going to separate us at some point. Is that something that, like, we would be okay with, or would we be wanting to push for trying to get an upgrade for all of us?
That, yeah, I think we should try and shoot for the group upgrade.
Because I'm imagining we're not going to be able to go as far up with all of us. But if it was one of us, we might be able to jump farther.
Not to mention, I have to think if they would be afraid of keeping 1 person with 2 people, 2 lower people.
What if we pitch something like, get us to yellow with an appointment for a special mission?
I like that.
Try that.
Yeah, I think that's worthwhile.
There's, what, 4 of us?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've got myself and 3 others looking to get
I'm aware.
to yellow.
All right.
And get a new job. A special job.
You want one of the troubleshooting missions? I can see
Exactly.
what can be found. The last I checked, I think you're should be coming up due here pretty soon on one of those, but I'll see about getting you in on another one.
The faster that we can move up, the better.
I mean, don't we all feel that way?
Don't know. Aren't we all happy and content where we are?
We are. We are. We're all happy as can be. Alright, well, I'll see what I can do. What do you got for valuables on you? And I'll see how much we can make stuff move for you.
At this point, I'll probably just, like... I'll give him, like, half of what I found.
Mm-hmm.
And, I've got more. Once we have an official agreement.
What do you
we
want?
can
As an official
pursue.
agreement, my word is official.
I mean, you
Seamus,
say you'll see what you can do.
you look above his head. as you're handing it to him, you notice his name's not there, and your eyes seem like they keep trying to register it, and it's like it like starts to like show up and then glitches out. Oh, when I say I'll see what I can do, it means stuff is going to start moving. It's just a matter of how quick things can be pushed through the systems in a manner of non-detection, unless you want to risk the wrath of the Overlord. That's your choice, but I prefer trying to be a little bit more under the radar.
Oh, we can wait if need be. Just as quickly as possible with caution.
Alright, the more valuables you get, the more stuff can move, because people in the right positions may be looking for certain things, and the more I got on hand, the more I can grease the gears that are, otherwise squeaky.
I wonder whether Seamus might think to mention that we might have a secret turret away.
I think that's gonna be like a trump card, maybe, because I was thinking about our stash. But what Seamus would say is that I can get more if we need more. Also, might have a few things of our own that don't exactly come from here.
Well, that is interesting. Well, give me what you got on you to help move things along, and if you got more, you know how to contact me. And like
I'll
I said,
pass him what I got.
sweet. So yeah, he's going to use that to start moving stuff along. And basically what it is just exactly what he said, right? He obviously has contacts, right? And the more you're able to grease the palms, as it were, right? The more you can make things move, which makes sense, especially to someone like Seamus, who's done likewise. The more powerful of the person you're trying to get things from, you either have to do that level of service for them or give them something they want that badly. So this is all like standard to him, other than the fact that this is the only guy he's seen that has a name tag issue.
And that's a conversation for Seamus to have with Zid.
Mm-hmm.
Like Zid may not know the exact reason now, but that'd be something to mention to Zid, because Zid's probably can at least look in that direction at some point.
Yeah. So you get back to them and are able to dialogue with them.
Right, fellas. Time to blend in and be the happy conscripts that we are. Do the job. Let's not take any more midnight strolls and not draw any more attention to ourselves. We might have a good thing going here.
I think I can do that.
And obviously this is a double talk, but Seamus will mention my friend that seemed to be well, maybe it was me. There might be something wrong with me HUD. I can see all of your information, but when I was speaking to my friend, it was just flashing and glitching out. I couldn't see name or rank or nothing.
Well, Seamus, my mind does think of two possible easy explanations. Perhaps there are more, but probably he has someone obfuscating said tag, program, or netrunner who's making it disappear temporarily, or he's a true anomaly, and you would see a sparkle like in Zid's eye when he says there might be an anomaly, a true anomaly.
Might be, might do some good. Or maybe you to go in Doc's place the next time we have a meet. Maybe you can see for yourself.
Well, alright. I will consider this. Doc is normally quite the security man, which I am not. But yes, perhaps a different eye on the situation might prove more advantageous for us.
See, I've seen what you can do when you have to. I feel like you've helped us out while we've been here. I don't know why. It's just something in the back of my mind that's. I think you've done more than you realise. But it's not always about the skills that you have when it comes to being the muscle. Sometimes it's just about the way you present yourself. If you can look like you have the ability, you might not need it. If it comes to that.
I see what you're putting down, man. So it sounds like we're going to be just focusing on doing good work for a little bit.
You get to be the good boys. The good boys.
Oh,
Nice work
yeah.
montage.
Montage!
If only we could spark a montage right now of it. Unfortunately, I don't have that kind of video editing skills where I can just on the spot animate and pull out a video of you guys jamming away doing your jobs. Yeah, so we'll have to use our imaginations. Yeah. All right, cool. Good job.
You mean we're
So-
gonna have to pretend this is happening?
Oh my
Right?
God.
Inception.
Oh, man. So, after a few days, you guys are able to obfuscate the concerns that had been developed. And you get called in to the overseer's office for a special mission. Come in, team. I have a important assignment for you. There is some problems deep below, and in its unused section of the base. They are causing extreme problems. Go there immediately and deal with the rabble.
It be my pleasure to serve.
I just say understood and walk out.
And you guys can go to the security and pick up your gear. So, is there any special requests you do for gear, or are you going to just take what they give you? You can always ask, but it can blow up in your face.
I'd like to have like a doesn't have to be like a let's do like an excellent heavy pistol.
Okay.
And ammo.
Mm-hmm. If there's any.
Ooh, and also some more armor, like the head, like all the pieces that we need.
So you'd like some actual armor instead of just clothing?
Yeah.
That's asking a lot. You didn't get armor last time. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, we were a lower rank last time.
I was gonna say this time we're going out on.
Oh, doesn't that mean anything? Maybe not. All right, so you said a heavy pistol?
Yeah, well the excellent one, like the +1 or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. You get what you're looking for. The question
I
is,
will just pitch for nothing, not shoddy.
do I get some decent gear this time instead of some garbage? Maybe.
It's just not shoddy is fine.
Can I at least not get something that breaks all the time?
That's Seamus's thing. Can I get something that's not gonna jam every turn?
Oh man, that was funny though. Like that's part of why I gave you that gear, is to let you guys experience what it was like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's hard to know if you never try it. All right. So, who wants a heavy pistol? Just Blackstone, or does everyone want heavy?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Heavy gets two. Heavy gets two shots, and the mediums only get one, right? That's the reason why I wanted the heavy pistol, for the extra shots.
So, heavy pistol. Let me pull it up here. A heavy pistol gives you 3d6, 2 shots.
Okay.
A standard pistol gives you 2 shots, 2d6.
Okay.
A hand cannon gives you 4d6, but 1 shot. An SMG gives you 1 shot for 2d6, but it also has the ability to do blast shots, doing auto fire, which also
But you
means
have
it
to
can do
have auto
suppressive fire. Correct. And then, what was the other one? Some other guns, too. Give me a second. I'm trying to pull it up here. It was loading while I was looking at the other ones I had handy. Of course, there's assault rifle, which is shoulder arms and auto fire. Heavy pistol, heavy SMG is the same thing as an SMG, but of course does 3d6, so an extra d6, but also has the firing aspect to it, as we talked about. A medium pistol is 2d6, 2 shots, which that's what the pistol one I said was. heavy pistol we've talked about. SMG we've talked about. There's a shotgun that requires shoulder arms, and that has a rate of fire of 1, but does 5d6 damage. A sniper rifle, which is also a long arm, or shoulder arm, not long arm, shoulder arm. That actually does 5d6 as well, but actually has a further distance that it can hit easily. There's thrown weapons, there's there's heavy pistol. I think I covered them all. Oh, very heavy pistol. Very heavy pistols are one shot 4d6.
Is that like a Cougar Magnum or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a bigger thing, but so yeah.
I think heavy pistol is what I'm going for.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, no, it's good. I just wanted to check and make sure I knew kind of what you guys were going for. Also, while I'm here, where was that one? Here we go. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, we'll give you that.
So I noticed on the character sheet there's a handgun and then there's heavy weapons. Does that heavy weapons count for specific types of weapons, or is it anything with the heavy property?
Yes, no, the heavy weapons, which is X2 to get, is heavy weapons. It's a whole different category of
Okay.
crazy. So if you want heavy weapons, those include, I believe, things like rocket launchers, support
I don't have
weapons,
heavy weapon skill really, so
yeah,
I just didn't want that to be like to fit with the heavy pistol, and then
yeah,
no.
The pistol, heavy pistol is still pistol. Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm fine with the heavy pistol too if we can get those.
Yeah, heavy pistol still counts as a handgun because it is a handgun. Heavy weapons are grenade launchers, I think flamethrowers, rocket launchers, support machine guns, right? Those much larger items that aren't something to laugh about. Those are all categorized as heavy weapons because they're exactly that. They're very big. So handguns are one-handed. Shoulder arms are two-handed rifles, right? Archery, of course, is bows. Auto fire is a skill for shooting automatic weapons. And heavy weapons are for the big boy guns. The massive things that the standard person tends to not carry around. Make sense?
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah. I figured we'd get that all clarified, make sure everyone was aware, because it is good to know so you know which skills you want to sink your points into. So. All right. So they are going to go ahead and give you a light body armor vest, an armored vest, and we'll go from there. So Blackstone, you should see you now have your pistol that was requested as well as some body armor. So you are now equipped with those. And then I will give that to the others who have requested that. I just want to make sure I knew what people wanted instead of, assuming. Because we all know what assuming does to everyone. So if you want a helmet, you are going to have to hit your stash, but you do know that at least you have some body armor. Is there anything else particular that anyone wants to request? Oik that
I'm
isn't
good.
it?
I'm good too.
I'm sure Zid doesn't want anything else.
No.
Like anything for his cyber deck.
I mean, we've been told that Cyberdeck stuff is off. He wants stuff, but he's not going to ask for stuff.
Yeah. No, we're going to do the roll again and see about getting you some of that. So you will have some.
So what does that
Armor
involve?
check. I'm going to pull up the list and we're going to roll and basically generate a few programs for you to select for your cyber deck. And right now I'm just quickly equipping Doc, and then I will generate those with you after throwing the other gear on you.
I think what he meant about like Cyberdeck, like from earlier, you said like in our encounter we heard somebody talk about like there's not that kind of stuff down here.
He has his
and-
built-in cyber deck
Okay.
that he got to use last time you guys were out on a special
Yeah, I
mission.
remember.
Yeah.
Yep. Is that what you meant,
That
Matt?
biologically grown cyber deck.
Yeah.
Those don't exist.
It's alright, we will.
Neither do clones.
Or
Right.
stasis chambers.
Yeah.
Legit. Why it's confusing? All right, so you are now geared up, and then you need your net gear.
Hashtag not
Manage
sponsored.
programs. All right. Not sponsored by what? Joking. All right. So here we are. So we need a D15 rolled. And we need 5 of those rolled. And we're going to generate you 5 randomly selected programs. Actually, you know what? We'll upgrade you to 6. Yeah, you like that. So we will do that and see what we can get for you.
So 4, 12, 11, 2, 5, 8. Pretty bad, but
Well, I mean,
that's okay.
Wait, one of the well, I mean that 8 was off a D10, not a D15.
Huh.
uh-oh.
Maybe I need to do that final one again. Let's just check. The others have done the thing. Looks like they've done the thing.
So it's
So ignore
basically
the detail.
just a which programs you get. So any number is good.
It's still rolling. If I roll D15, it's rolling a D10.
Weird.
Interesting. So I see you rolled 5 of them, but for some reason
Yeah,
it's
I
not
rolled 5.
doing the other.
You can take the 8, probably. It's fine.
Well, that did it. I don't know. You want the 10 or you want to go with the 8?
Let's go with the 10. It's a D15.
All right. So I have that list now. We're going to drop over there. So you get a 2. That is a band hammer. You get a 4. That's an eraser. You get a 5. That's a flack. 10 is a shield. 11 is a Speedy Gonzalez. And 12 is a super glue. So you'll have all those and you can review them for next time, and you have them all there. Did it load it correctly? What I want to know. Did not seem to load that. Why did it not load your programs? Well, I mean, it's equipped, but for some reason it's not letting me say to put those in. Did I hit the wrong thing?
Do you need to clear the others first?
Well, there's none in there. It says available slots is 6, so nothing's been installed. And I thought you just clicked on the Cyberdeck and said install them, and it installed them.
I don't know.
You have no items of the type that can be installed. Odd.
It's like,
Let
I'm the
me-
GM, I could say what you can install or not.
Yeah, right. You have 6 slots. Available slots is 6.
You have the cyber deck. Does it have to be equipped first?
It is
Maybe?
equipped.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to figure
Well,
out.
I've helped with the way I can.
No, you're good. I'm trying to make sense of it, because last time it worked easily. I just had them there and then said install them. But this time, for some reason, they're like not letting me install them.
They don't need maybe prerequisites that aren't like beyond the cyber deck, do they?
No. They are considered programs, so they should be able to install onto Cyberdeck, because that's what they are for.
We can try and have it ready for next time.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. But-
finishing up soon.
Yeah, I was trying to get that done quickly, but you know how life decides to, laugh at you at times.
All the freaking time.
So you guys head down, and you notice that it's taking you very, very deep into the complex. You start going into areas that are very low maintained. I do take it you want to probably stop by your location on the way?
Yep.
Okay. So you guys stop by and grab your gear from your stash and head on down. And yeah, you get to a very dim lit section where, worse than last time, the lights are sketchy, even more, flashing. Like there's a little bit of power, but it's barely holding on here. And different areas as you're traveling remind those of you who have witnessed the combat zone of that. You guys are able to avoid some of the combats as you go down, but you hear them in the distance. Screams, the gunfire, the noises of conflict. And that is where we'll pick up next time.
I was just gonna kind of mention to the other two or the other three. Does it sound like there's a war going on down here?
Yeah, I would agree.
No more than I grew up with, Mom. But more than we have experienced while
But
here.
inside the complex of a corporation, I don't think there's normally actual wars happening there.
So it seems like we're outside, kind of like outside the complex, but not like to where we can escape.
It's definitely more rundown than what you've used to seeing.
Well, we will see next time, I guess.
It is definitely a... It seems like it's abandoned and worn down. Negligence, unused, or incomplete, uncertain. But certainly no one's cared to do anything positive with the area. So, that is certainly the case. But we'll pick up there next time as you guys are in this dank, smelly, nasty location. And you have to delve deeper and find out who these rebels are you're supposed to deal with. And what additional info you may be able to glean while outside the reach of the complex. I do thank you all for the grand time. You guys did great tonight. Thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And next time, we'll begin with the delve. We'll see you all then. Enjoy the story. We'll see you guys next time.